Oh wait, something still doesn't feel right. Wait. I suppose that's about it. Probably somewhere in that neck of the woods. It's always funny again when I go to rewatch the streams and I see how it's like I always it's like they're waiting for like 20 seconds before I start doing anything, so you get to see a bit into what it's like to be ours trains. All right, well it seems that everything's working. So hello everybody and welcome back to ours trains. My name's Corey and in today's stream it's Sunday Runday number 47. I know I'm not even going to bother saying anything yet because I know a bunch of people will come on in and I'll have to keep repeating the same points here. But hope you all are having a splendid Sunday evening or afternoon or wherever you may be viewing the stream from here tonight. But yeah, we got a few little things to talk about. Nothing really too big or what have you. Well, actually, we got the post-war shelves behind me there. So we'll talk about that. I'm gonna greatly miss my. Well, it's not like I tossed it away or anything, but my old 40-mile-per-hour curve sign with the bullet holes in it. It's always an ours trained classic that was on the wall since I started the channel, just about. So that thing has been behind me in pretty much every video. So yeah. Anyways, again, hope you all are having a great night. Thank you all for joining here. I'm gonna already get on I'm gonna jump aboard the train of calling out everybody because better now than later before chat starts erupting. But first, we like most streams, first one to swing in is LGR. Then we got Chuck right behind. We got Andrew Iron Horse Productions. We got Joe DNH 2906. We got Devon McKenzie. We got Trayman 1993. We got Shadowfan Lines. So anybody else who comes in after that will have to say hello to him later. But yeah, the few things, we have a few little layout touch-ups, which I guess we can talk about in a little bit. And this stream will actually be running something, although it's really only going to be an hour stream again, not that long. I don't want it to take up too much time at all. So yeah, anyways though, just like I said earlier, as people start coming in, I gotta repeat the same points. But yeah, just a few little things we'll be going over today, and then right behind me we got the say bye to the old road sign. We got the post-war shelf finally up and some neat little pictures that we'll show on in just a sec. So yeah, I hope you all again are having a great night here. Oh yeah, I know I did my video a few weeks ago. How I don't no, well, my video on Fast Track, but I got a whole nother loop, 072, and it's very big. Because I know I said, oh, the next layout I do, I won't be getting fast track. But for a floor layout, or especially something that go around a tree, or running big command control steam engines, maybe one day, that'll help a lot because then you don't have to have all these different switches. And if you've seen my videos, at least of the train runs and how up and down the track gets on certain parts, that eliminates many potential derailments or just rough run sessions. So, well, I guess I'll have to also show you guys the other loop in a bit. But yeah, a few more people came in since I last said hi. We got ELW Trains. We got Jeremy from Too Many Hobbies. We got Trains of Lark. We got Phantom Productions. Hey, we got Egg Creative Minds. So hello, everybody. Oh yeah, and also if you notice, Bob is not in his normal corner. He got booted out. You may recognize this man, Chomish. I was going through my old, I didn't get rid of it, but I had the box, and I know everybody's gonna say, no, keep the box, but I had my old, I'll put Sir Topham Hat in the corner. He will watch over us tonight, and hopefully we will have no confusion and delay. But I was going, so the layout serves as a train layout and storage for my family underneath the layout where we put everything. So I was figuring up some stuff and I came across, if you watched my short, I came across the little clipboard that had my original, where is it? Dang it, it's in the wrong room. But had my original track plan on it, which is, like, it wasn't that accurate because the track couldn't bend like that. But had that track plan, and then I had my old Thomas the Tank Engine train set, my Lionel Thomas right over there. Maybe I can get him out a little later. But yeah, I had the box set. I'm like, I don't need the box or anything. I'm gonna have Thomas for a while, and it's a really big old set box. Transformer went bad. the fast track I took apart and used partially on this layout here. So I was like, it's taking up too much space. So I got rid of that box, but I'm not getting rid of any other boxes, I promise you. That I have like equipment to. If I have any extra boxes, I don't need it. But yeah. So that also happened too. So that's where Sir Topham Hatt came from. He was in that box. I'm like, hey! And then what was funny was I was getting the engineer and fireman out last night, and what happened was I had a big G-scale caboose, which I'm going to be getting rid of, but I had a big G-scale caboose over here, and I forgot that I put the crew on the very end of the caboose on the opposite side, so I didn't see when I was picking it up, but I guess I moved the caboose too fast or something. Like, I don't know, I just took it off. I didn't rip it off or anything, but the crew went flying. They flew over the layout and they landed on the other side, and Sir Topham Hatt survived, but the two other crewmen, they fell apart into pieces. So I'm like, okay, I guess I can't do anything with you two. So Sir Topham Hatt is the only survivor besides Thomas, Annie, and Clarabelle of that set there. But yeah, that was just another interesting happening. But where did I leave off? Because I saw even more people come in. I haven't even gotten to see chat yet. I'll start off with Andrew, who says, hey Corey, meant to ask last stream, but you ended it before. Better I could ask, but oh, okay, so you haven't asked it yet. Okay. Jeremy says, I view buying new track as an investment in my hobby. Right? Well, Jeremy, especially when you don't have a concrete layout yet, where you still can kind of change around things left and right. Once you kind of skirt everything down and put the scenery on it, it becomes, whoa, what? No, well, the donation got, I like see the blue coming. Well, Trains and Flock, thank you very well. We might as well talk about it then, since you brought it up. But yeah, Jeremy, since you can still move around the track, you can do like all sorts of stuff. But for me, once it's screwed down, it's a lot harder to add whatever additions I would like to it. But let me just make sure I get caught up on chat real quick. We got Scott. There you go. How you doing, Scott? We got, let's see. Hey, we got Sparky. Good day, model railroaders. Evening where I am, but still, good day nonetheless. We got Ed Iceberg coming in here. We got Old Ohio Angler. We got John. Hey, we got Ken Rose, Jewel Railroad. Everybody's here today. We got David Stevens. Hello. Thank you all for swinging in. So, Bob, LGR, Bob is in the other room, and you will see him in a minute here. But anyways, let me introduce you to the new background. Let me flip my cam. Blinding. Oh, blind lights. But anyways, this here is the post-war shelf. So I was at Milepost Hobbies in Amsterdam, New York, which is practically the only big model train shop left in the capital region of New York, especially if you're looking for O-scale stuff. And for a while now, I've been trying to, oh look, hi Southern Crescent. But I've been trying to free up space on the Glenn Snyder shelves here. So Matt offered me this here for this shelving unit for $15 because the person who had just sold it to him left right as I was coming in, and he was buying 4 giant collections that day on top of what I was going to sell. So he's like, Corey, I don't want to have it here for much longer. I know you like O-scale trades, so how about $15? I'm like, sold. So I knew that I wanted to have all my post-war trains, or just trains that look like they're from the post-war if they're not already post-war, on one shelving unit here. So I thought I'd put it here, and it actually matches well with the layout and some of the other wood things around. So I'll show you guys from top to bottom what we're looking at here. So on the very top, we got the 1666 right there. Then right behind it, we got the 1656, my bell ring and the switcher. I love this fella so much. Adventures of Lark says, are you going to any train shows this spring? I really want to, but when is York? I keep forgetting. Was it April 18th, I think, or something? Mid-April? I don't think it's going to line up with my April break from college, unfortunately, as much as I'd love to go. But anyway, so right behind it, we got the track patrol car. This isn't post-war. This is newer. Okay, thank you. Actually, let me screenshot that. There. Okay, so I can put it down on my calendar. Oh, wait. Yes. Save the photos. Thank you. All right. Oh, well, yes, Dad. Of course the GE thing works. You were playing with it earlier. Uh-oh. Wait. How do I turn it on? There we go. I don't want to have it run all night, but it's a little hard to see because the lights are still on. But we'll get back to that later. So we got the giant oversized track patrol car there. We got right behind it my original 675. This thing has not been touched up at all, and I kind of like it that way. I like it all dirty. Because I have many other clean logos, so I thought, leave this thing as I found it. It looks kind of nice. Then we got my favorite, the 681 turbine. I love you very much, my friend. If you still haven't watched that video, go check it out. It's a whole lot of turbine action from a few days ago. Rando, you finally made it. How you doing tonight? Right behind it, we got the 6250 Seaboard switcher and W2 right there. Love that one. I was so happy to find that one. Then right behind it, this isn't post-war, it's pre-war, but we got the 259. Got the... I can't remember the exact color, but it's practically like a gunmetal gray. But we have that fella there. I saw somebody ask, I can't remember the name of their channel, but somebody asked me earlier, they were actually able to share my post. I didn't even know you could share things on YouTube, but they shared it asking if this was, if this is, the, well, if the 2055 originally came out like this, and no it didn't. The reason why is because, as you can see, this fella has painted on white walls, and I love white walls. Can we make this stream into Corey Hart's white walls? But no, what happened was I saw this on eBay. And, I mean, well, to first start, I love white walls in general. On cars and on trains, love them to death. But on trains, they look so classy. I love them because they really accentuate the drivers, or just the wheels in general. So, saw it. Hey, Charles and Isaiah. I saw you, but wait. It's so hard. Everyone's coming. Twister MacGyver, everyone's jumping in. It's so hard to say hello to everybody. If you're just tuning in now, we're going over the post-war shelf. If you saw my community tab here, this is a very new edition, so it's nice to have all the post-war looking trains on the same shelf. But anyways, though, I saw this on eBay. Somebody custom painted the white walls on, and I had to get it. It just looks so good, and I'm so sad that nobody else, or that Lionel in the post-war era, I'm pretty sure they never did any painted white walls. They'd have nickel rims around the wheels, kind of like this. But they never actually... oh my goodness, everyone's... We got ENC coming in saying, hey there, I just went to the WNY train show and scored 2 HO scale Rutland and 5 passenger car sets. Ooh, River Rossi, that's good. We got Real Toy Train saying, what's up, train fam? So again, wait, I gotta... okay, I guess several more people have coming into the stream tonight. So again, we're leaving off right now. I'm going over the post-war shelf if you're just tuning in. And we got a few new additions to the layout. I guess more change-ups than new additions. But, and then also, you can actually see the GE sign a little better now. Once the lights go out, it's a lot more visible. But anyways, where did I leave off? So we have that fella here. We have the MPC era. They're imposters, but they look like the post-war New Haven F3s that came out. So it's 88, 52, and 51 there. We have the iconic... the number 50 gang car. I got it right. There we go. So you got that little fella there. Scott says, after your last DNH run, I was inspired to pick up 2 DNH Alco R11 custom. Well, Scott, would that be these? Would that be this special fella right here? I assume it's well, yeah, because they had this one and then they had a lightning stripe one that would have looked like that just in an RS11. But that's awesome. Oh, those would be so good, lashed up together, running both at the same time. But very nice. That's awesome. So then, right below it, we have the Missouri St. Louis Mine Transport number 56. Slag Cat. I'm so happy everyone's here tonight. I don't know why. It's just a random... There's nothing that special happening. Oh, that's awesome, Scott. But anyways, this one surprised me. This one I got from a good friend, and I didn't know it. Because, you know, when I put on the layout, like, oh, yeah, I know it's a repro, obviously. Still looks awesome. I love it. But it's TMCC. This thing is Trainmaster Command Control. I couldn't believe it. So I'm going to be bringing it to the club layout, hopefully sometime soon. And amongst all the scale, like the really nice big scale trains, you have this little post-war fella, and I'm going to have it pulling some post-war cars around the layout. But that one was super cool. I did not know that this little fella had it. So that was a great surprise. And then we got the iconic 736 Burke right behind it, too. So this here is the post-war shelf. So I hope you all enjoy it. And then right below, we got some neat Ars Trains pieces of memorabilia here. I guess my grandfather was so happy of this Lionel stock certificate he bought. Let's see, does it say the year? I'm looking. Bank, yeah. Just where's the year? Well, it's not 1918, that's for sure. Okay, it's a little hard, but let's say he got this in the MPC era. He liked it so much he hung up his stock certificate from Lionel. So that one made me chuckle. And then this here is the Hazleton, Pennsylvania train station. The Lehigh. Oh, it's a little hard to see because you can see all the reflecting lights behind me. But if I zoom in at the side, you can see it there. What a beautiful station! But right outside, right where my grandmother grew up. So that would have been the station she left to go to out to war, both nursing training during World War II and then out all the way to Japan during the Korean War. So that's one of the old family framed portraits right there. So that's that. I'm going to put this down so I can catch up on chat a little bit first. Come on, where'd he go? Yeah, that's a little better. I miss many messages. I'm sorry. I was holding the phone and just the phone. LGR says, where did you get the Pennsylvania Railroad truck from? Oh, that one. That one was given to me when I was a wee little child. I was probably 4 or 5 when my dad's friends gave that to me. So I don't know where they got it from, but I remember little Corey, I believe, picking it up at their house in Florida and then bringing it all the way back. And I don't know if it's O scale, but it's really dang close. So how could I not have it on the layout here? It looks beautiful. So anyways, let's see. Ed says, I missed a couple of streams this past week. Alright, it's so funny when I see all the other, all these other O-scale people streaming too. Like, oh no, I forgot that you did it too. Let's see. USS Salem says, have you ever considered buying from other manufacturers like MTH or Williams? Well, I have my 2 MTH locomotives right to my left. I've got the Atlas one right in front of me. So far this year I am on a good streak, but I'd love to get some old Williams conventional stuff, especially their remakes of post-war Lionel trains. Like, why pay the big bucks for the big post-war stuff when you can get a Williams one at half the price? So maybe, I don't know, late this year I might get a few Williams post-war things like I don't know, the Trainmaster. Oh, wait, okay, I'm going to pull up a poll really quick because this one I cannot make my mind up on. Come on, how do I make a poll? Uh-oh. It keeps giving me the emoji tab. That's not it. Ah, man. Okay, so either way, I can't find it out in time, but I have a decision. For whatever the day comes, I decide to get a Trainmaster, but chat, which ones do you like better? You can only pick for these two. Do you like the Virginian one, that's the yellow and blue one, or do you like the Central Railroad of New Jersey one, the orange and blue? They're so tough because they both look so good, and I would love to have both, but I'm leaning a little more towards the Virginian one because I just love its look. Although I love the CNJ one too, but I don't know why, something about that Virginian one I really like. But what if you know your O-scale trains well enough and you know the difference between the two, like, the paint schemes and all, which one do you like better? But what I mean, so Real Toy Train says, does the little TMCC loco have an electric couple? Let's find out. Well, by golly, it seems it does. That's good quality. Yeah, so you can see that one right there, and then on the other side too. This thing is going to be fun on an object session. Have this thing rolling around giant scale cars and tankers. This little tiny beep. I love it. Well, no, it's not a beep, but it could be the peep. So we'll put it back there. That's the thing, though. I think those shelves were designed for HO trains because there's not much room to raise and lower your chair or reach your hand in there. But I mean, still, I'm very happy and got it for a really good deal. So let's see what does everybody think? So let's see. Oh, also, yeah, K-Line. K-Line makes some great steam engines. Oh, I'd love to get old K-Line, and then some good Alco FA sets too. I mean, I know Steve Kofro had a beautiful set. I just came out a few days ago, but yeah, I did. I just was able to release my video on Steve's layout, and it's so much fun. Every time you look at it, I just wish he was close, or either that I was closer to him or he was closer. Practically every day I'm free. But he had a really beautiful set of K-Line Pennsylvania Railroad Alco FAs, and they had the beautiful passenger cars. Like, it was in the Broadway limited paint scheme where it had really fancy striping and all that. Had that beautiful pencil, like a two-tone Pennsylvania brown. Wow, chef's kiss, whatever you want to say. So USS Salem says, fun fact, the Virginian colors are not accurate to the real one. Is it that the Virginian had a darker, well, I don't know if they had trainmasters to begin with, but isn't it that the blue was a lot darker or something? I think that's it, maybe, I don't know. Scale Train says, or LGR says, Scale Trains released their GP40s this year. I missed out on their GP30s a year or two ago. Those look good. Twisted Max says, I like them, but light up. It's hard to choose. Old Ohio English says, had CNJ a while ago, sold it. GRP24 says Virginian. Oh, USS Salem says, colors were black. Oh, black and yellow. Gotta say that blue and yellow looks good too. ELW says Virginian. Trayman93 says Virginian. Randall says tough choice. Central of New Jersey. I know it is. It's like right down the middle of the aisle. Train fan 128 swinging in. Hello. Thanks for joining us tonight here. Joe says it had yellow and black on it. Yeah, Virginian. Yep. Oh, am I having... Phantom Productions says I was having bad quality. Am I coming in good? I don't think there's any problems. Trayman says, what do you think about the Lionel MPC Trainmaster in the Southern Pacific? That one looks good. Again, I have no clue if it's accurate, but that's, I mean, a classic paint scheme with the silver front and the black sides and that. Was it an orange stripe or orange stripes? I can't remember it that well. That and the Chicago Northwestern one looks good too. I love. Don't get me started on CNW. I don't know why I love them so much. I have never seen in any CNW train. One day I saw a video on YouTube that was like the ghost of the CNW 400, where it was like a light show with a bridge. I don't know why I became so fascinated with it. Now. If I do go to York this year, I'm gonna definitely buy something CMW. I don't know what it might be, but oh, perfect timing. RTC says, Corey, are you going to go to York this year? So that's the tricky one because I know the fall show is a lot more busy than the spring one, but I might. Well, is there a reason? So anyone who has attended York before, is there a reason why the fall one is more busy than the spring one? I imagine it's because we're going into the winter months, and I guess the winter time is train time, whatever that might be. That's really the only thing I can think about it. But is that it? Besides that, is there like still same amount of vendors and stuff? Because if there's the same amount of vendors but not as much people, I'd gladly go in April. That means that I can get to enjoy the show at a little bit of a slower pace. And not rush it like I did Amherst. Joe says, you're giving me permission to buy the Virginian. You can get the Virginian. I'll be after yeah, right, 1069, the Heritage Unit. That would be sweet. That's another reason why I love that scheme so much. That was the only Heritage Unit I think I've ever seen. And I just loved it. Oh, it looks so good. Salem says, also, CNJ paint scheme is completely inaccurate to the CNJ Trainmasters, which were green with yellow stripes, not orange and blue. Yeah, I had a feeling, but still, though, I love wacky. Well, let's calm ourselves down now. I'm not a fan of that many fantasy schemes. Some are all right, which I like. Which, you know one I would absolutely love? If somebody did this one's going to be controversial, but if someone took the Dreyfus Hudson... someone's going to say it's Dreyfus, not Dreyfus, or the other way around. I call it the Dreyfus, I don't know why. I'm sure I'm wrong, but tomato, blah, blah, blah. But if somebody took the... dang it, I don't really have anything to describe it with here. Shoot. Southern Crescent, you're coming off. So, if somebody took... So, everybody knows the Dreyfus. If you took the boiler and painted it sharp red and the sides silver, kind of like, imagine C&O 490, but instead of yellow, red. Oh, I'd love it. Oh, it looks so good with like the Golden State Express. I think that was an MKT train, right? A KD train. But, oh my goodness, I would immediately get that. That, or even, yeah, if you even did, I love CNO 490, but if you took that and changed that yellow to red and that's it, ooh, I'd love it so much, and then made it for like make it the R's Trains locomotive, come on. Would some manufacturer like to partner with a really super, super tiny YouTube channel like me and make an awesome train that will probably sell 4 of? I'll buy 2. I'll buy 3, but, oh man, oh, I wish. Well, hey, no, because I was about to say, yeah, if I ever get a nice command control locomotive that I want to customize, no, I cannot change it. I get it, unless if it needs to be electronically upgraded, but that would be terrible, painting a Dreyfus red. Oh, that would get so many people angry. Where did I leave off? Phantom Production says, here's a question. Have you ever seen the Flying Scotsman movie? No, I haven't. It was shot way before the locomotive was restored several times, and had a scene where a woman walked alongside of the coaches. Nope, I have never seen it. Sounds like many movies I haven't seen. Let's see. Old Ohio English says, saw the NS Virginian Heritage logo in Alliance, Ohio, just after it was repainted last year. I know. They look much better and shiny now. We got King Julian Trains and Trucks tuning in. Thank you for swinging in tonight. I know. Lionel, whomever that may be, any O-scale manufacturers, if you have the tooling to 490, please. Hasn't it? I don't think it's been issued since the late 90s, right? That's 24 years, I think, without a poor 490, and I love that fella. But my opinion, if anybody has a 490, like a Lionel Wonder, just knows of it, did they get the boiler a little too wide? Because every time I see 490 in pictures, it always looks better when the boiler is thinner and it's a little taller. That could be the aspect ratio of the picture screwed up, but I think the Lionel one, or maybe, I don't know, I think both. I think the Rail King one that MTH released maybe 10 years ago, and the Lionel one they did very early TMCC, they look almost a little too wide instead of too tall. Like, I don't know, but that's just me. But hey. Old Ohio Angler says Patch Trains in Wheeling, New York did a custom run. Yeah, I think I remember seeing that Black Bonnet Dreyfus. Nah, I was about to say, doesn't RBP have that? Maybe, but I don't think I remember him doing a video on it. But yeah. Anyway, so let me show y'all some of the other additions on the train layout. Well, we still got many people here. Oh, come on. Turn around. There we go. So anyways, the first little addition you noticed is that we finally got Crossbox. LGR, maybe if I was to get to like 10,000 subscribers this year, we'll do a R's Trains live concert. And I'm not joking. If I was to somehow, it's happened before with other O-Gauge channels, but if I was to somehow take off and get 10,000 subscribers, but because I think YouTube sends out a plaque with it, and you know how good a plaque, well, I'll take those off and put a plaque right there, it would look so great. But if I was to get some crazy amount of subscribers, I will gladly bring my Gretsch I can't speak tonight! My Gretsch guitar down here, and my mic, and my amp, and we'll sing some good old train songs. But anyways... Oh man, it's a Sunday Runday. But anyways, though, we finally got Crossbucks. I picked these up at Milepost Hobbies the other day. I can't remember who makes them. I think there's Tichy Trains. So, maybe Tichy Trains. I don't know how you say it. But we got some Crossbucks around the layout here. Oh, it's very, very simple. Wait, Ed, are you asking how I paved over or how I just simply put in that? Oh, okay, Sparky. Oh, maybe I might be wrong. No, wait. I don't know. I thought I remember someone being like, yeah, look, I got a plaque at 10K. I'm like, what? That happens? But anyways, though, so there's eventually going to be a little road that sneaks in there and connects at that end. So I got one crossbuck ready in case, and they look really nice. Pretty simple, Ed. It's Woodland Scenics Road Cement, and I just poured it over the tracks. And then I would sand down. Well, no, not sand. You don't want to be grinding on the rails and stuff. But I would kind of cover over the rails so it wouldn't go all the way over the top. And then just clear out the flangeways and then paint it. So, yeah, pretty simple. All right, Frank. Thanks for swinging in tonight, my friend. I lost chat again. Phantom says, "Is that a trucker? Is that a Tucker car?" No, I do not have any Tucker, unfortunately. That one is just a Woodland Scenics like unbranded car. We got Flying A and Artie Antlers tuning in. Thank you for coming in tonight, fellas. I went earlier over the post-war shelf, what we got in over there, and I'm going over a few editions, but here is one I am super happy to... Yes, if you're liking the stream, make sure to smash that like button. Smash the like button for this, folks. We got the Ars Trains Railroad Park. I love it. So we're working on getting the fences up. But this caboose was made by my friend Carter, Trainstorm. And I was like, I don't like it in the corner where it is. I want it to be seen in a more visible spot. So kind of like many railroad parks, I got the Ars Trains caboose, and I even made a little thing here. Ars Trains established 2018. We're going to touch the park up a little more and do that all, but I love this little bit. It's so cool. We're going to add a little walkway in here, so it totally... So, not to be rude, Mom, but it totally beats that little tree section there because it's something so fun on the corner of the layout, and it really adds a lot of life to this tiny little section, and we got 2 people sitting on the bench there, and then we got our foamer, our rail fan, right there, who's taking pictures of the train. So this is a little swing set, but yeah, I can't wait to get this corner up and fully finished. It'll be super nice. Anyways, though, I saw many messages. Flying A says, "Hey, Corey, do you still run your little Postwar 1656? I do occasionally, but I don't like to run it on the big layout here because a lot of switches, and the last thing I want is it to fly off and go all the way down there. So I only run it on Postwar track. And the thing is, the 1656 kind of has a classic wobble where it's not like perfectly smooth like this fella where it'll go left and right a little bit. And I'm just so scared that it's going to, because it's a very top-heavy loco too, that one day it's just going to decide to go around this corner a little too fast and a wah. So, but yeah, I run it when I get a chance, but usually like the 565, the 080 gets a lot more run time because it can go a lot slower. And it's just a better runner, although the 1656 runs fine, but... Anyways, though, so I think, so that's the little Ars Trains Railroad Park in the corner. Besides that, there aren't that many differences here. Just besides the crossbucks, that addition over there, and then the shelves, but I'll show you what we did get, which can be the first train we fire up tonight. So this here is the floor loop. Yippee! So, as I said earlier this stream, look, this is like the first... I'm going to set the camera down on the stairs really quick, so I don't have to go around and make you all dizzy. But, as I put it here, there we go. All right, and I got to sit down. So, as I was saying earlier this stream, I've always wanted a fast track, an 072 fast track loop to have on the ground for running big command control trains, because they never look good when they go around anything sharper than an 072 curve, it seems. Especially when, not if, but when I get into Steam. They never, I don't know, it's not pretty seeing a giant Burke wrap a, hey, DB Tech, how you doing tonight? But wrap a, like an, well, 054 is alright, but when it starts getting to 036 or 042, it just doesn't look that good seeing a really big or an articulated loco go around something so tight. So I wanted to get a very simple loop of 072 track with some straight pieces in it for running around running around the big scale locomotives and some rolling stock pieces too. And this is a great way to test locos without putting them on the big layout. Because on this, it's all flat, no switches, it's just a simple loop. So, yeah, this is, the track, right, thanks, Dad. But if anybody is interested, this here is right where Ars Trains started. So if I tilt the camera up, you can kind of see a little more of the basement that you don't normally see that much. You'll kind of see me talking right, I'll be standing right here when I do my intro videos. But this is right here, right where Ars Trains started. When I started the channel, which is going to be, let's see, 2018, 2019, 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24. Ouch! 6 years ago, I started right on the floor, and what happened was the addition where the current layout is was not done. So, as I was thinking about building a layout and doing that stuff, I decided to bust out the trains on the floor here because I didn't have a layout at the time. So I just set up a simple loop that went around this support beam here that is decorated nicely as a nice pole. But I set it up around this loop and it eventually would loop into there. But right there in that corner behind that chair was where the transformer would sit. And I would go around on my floor. Like, I'd be like belly on the floor filming the trains with my iPhone, and that's how ours trains started. I just was like, you know what? I want to make a train YouTube channel. It's something I've always wanted to do. And the videos wouldn't get that many views. I'd probably like, 10, 15 a video. But I would be so happy. And I'd be like, okay, look, the video got like 5 more. Even today, I'm just as happy when it's like, oh, look, video got 5 more views than when I last looked at it. But that was a magical time. Not that I miss it that much, because it's a lot happier to have all this cool train stuff now than the barely anything I had back then. But yeah, I guess we will go sit in the sacred corner, or whatever you want to call it, right where ours train started. So wow, same tile floor and anything. If you go back to the channel to some of my first videos, this is the exact same spot pretty much where I set up. So let's get our Trainmaster going here. So the Trainmaster isn't scale by any means, but I just wanted something simple to run around the floor loop here. But it is pulling my scale cars. Time flies by when you're doing anything related with trains. So yeah, I can pretty much tell you what things used to look like. There would have been Lionel boxes everywhere because I would have just taken them out and I didn't really have anywhere to put them. So Lionel boxes everywhere. I was running with my KW transformer, not this fella here. But otherwise that was, and it was a 036 curves instead of this very nice 072. But still, pretty much I was in the same spot. Oh look, I see a tag. It's gonna get eaten up by the trains. Let's hope it's still there by the time it goes by. The suspense, it kills me. Oh no, it's not Postwar, Isaiah. I wish it was. It's MPC. Or as Aaron from Millbrook Railroad would say, mostly plastic crap. So yeah, what's nice about this is it's just a simple loop that trains can run around over and over again, not have anything that potentially derail them. It's just a great way to test locomotives, besides on a little back and forth track. NPC, I'm pretty sure, if anybody here knows better, please correct me, but stands for Mills Production Company, as in General Mills, the ones who make cereal. They had a toy division and they bought Lionel. I believe in 1968, maybe, or 69. So it lasted all of the 70s, and I think almost all of the 80s, if not all of the 80s, and then Lionel became Lionel LLC in the 90s. The Lionel we all know and love today. Okay, thank you, Trainman. So I was almost right. All of the 70s and about half of the 80s. Wow! Oh my goodness, we got 50 people watching. Wow. Well, I know this isn't entertaining that much. It's just a train on the floor after all. But hey, this is where if you at least have trains, this is where we all started now, isn't it? Doesn't it take you back to the days of being a kid and getting a train set brand new, running on the floor and letting your imagination fill in the rest? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've seen bay windows each way. Oh, Model Production Corporation. Okay, thank you. The fun era. Well, actually, interesting you bring that up, Ed. I did some price conversions the other day, and prices are almost about the same for the fancy sets. I mean, I can't remember the figure, but I know I did it in a more recent video. The Southern Crescent, I believe, was going for, what?
I don't know. I can't remember, but the really nice collector train sets back then with your interesting sounds of steam, which I like, but would go for almost about the price of new sets today. Almost, I think they'd be almost worth $1,000 today if you were to adjust for inflation. But granted, though, they did make some very affordable starter sets, but it's still kind of on the expensive end, though. If you wanted a Blue Comet or a 611 with the entire passenger car set, that'd probably be upwards of the $800 range, well, even today. But back then, too, when you bought it new, if you were to adjust for inflation, it'd probably be worth that, I think, about today. Randall says, I find it interesting that Lionel has become the official diecast maker of NASCAR. Yeah, is that what Lionel Racing is all about? I thought at first it was Lionel Train Racing. Wait, no way, there's a whole division of Lionel towards racing model trains. That is so cool, but that was not the case. But I know from GFW Trains, their division of the TCA actually had a train drag race strip. So it'd be two really long sections of fast track that would go on for probably like 100 feet, it felt like. Oh, okay, not 100 feet. That is a complete no. Probably like 30 feet. And it was so cool because people would drag race their model trains and see what one was faster. It's such a cool idea, and I wish more layouts did or people did that. Rose Jewel says I could do this, still get down on the floor. Trainman says, what do you think about the Pennsylvania F3s? Oh, beautiful. Both well, I can't remember the green, but that beautiful dark green and brown F3s, they look very nice. Well, I'm going to do this really quick. One sec. .611 seems to be the fan favorite. So, let's see how well she does. You should be able to pull it. Uh-oh. Come on. Well, I can't get the whistle to go. Radar Jimmy, hello. Thanks for swinging in tonight. It's easier to get the whistle going on a different transformer. Let me see if I can get her to go slow. Oh yeah, that might only put me tens of thousands of dollars in debt, LGR, but maybe one day I can get them all at once. Come on, 611, don't stall. Don't stall like what you did when I think it was like at, yeah, no, I couldn't. Let me get to the other side. This is where she likes to go really slow. Well, don't stop. No, don't do it. Come on. I'm running it on the lowest possible power. Yeah, you can hear that little motor growl. Pull more. I don't think, did the pull more motors actually ever pull more than the magnet traction? I'm not sure. The growl's all fun and games until it starts to become too loud. It's like, okay, what's wrong? Why'd you stop? I didn't tell you to stop. No, keep going. Oh well. Get on with it. Alright, good night, 611. Anyways, let's get to running the big, well, the big train. Same scale, but this might take me a wee bit of a minute, but I'll tell you what we're running tonight. We got the 080 on the upper loop. And we got the aquarium car behind it. Now, I was wanting to do a Strasbourg train, and I threw this one on just to see if it still works. Haven't run it in a long time. I think the bulb went out. On the upper loop, we have the Extended Lakeshore Limited. Believe it or not, that little Alco can pull this entire thing. Love that little feller. We got my B&O Atlantic on the inner loophole and B&O cars. And we have the Canadian National GP7 pulling, finally, for the first time you've ever seen it, all of the auto racks and the intermodals and the piggyback cars all together. So this might take a minute to... Flying A, I kind of do. I have the Red Comet, which is currently not here. It's getting fixed as we speak. What happened was, it's a 2008 reissue. I can't remember what they officially call it. Pre-war classics or something, maybe. No, that was post-war. Pre-war celebration series, something like that. So they reissued it, and what happened with mine is at some point, the brush fell out, because the brush spring broke. So it is missing a brush spring and a brush. So that had to get fixed. That had to get fixed. But then I have, not pre-war, but on the bottom loop, an old Mark's tin plate train, Postwar, and I love that little fella. And then we got on the top loop, or not the top loop, just the top shelf, a pre-war celebration series freight set. I think it's a 291W or something, but I need to find the screw that holds the back wheels, and that in the tender, it's rail sounds, believe it or not, but watch. We're going to put it on the track, and I think, if I remember right, it sparks like crazy, and I have no clue why. Okay, that's what I dislike about the pre-war couplers. They're a little too strong sometimes. Let's see, so I'm just trying to see if there's any obvious defects. This axle here looks a little bit out of gauge, but all in all, we should be good, maybe. Alright, so it feels a little stiff. So it shouldn't be sparking, like... Yeah, so I think that was a reason why. We would see it going, I think it's probably something has to do with this contact here. That looks pretty rough. The way I think that screw or whatever is hitting that center axle. I don't know. I'm not the tinkerer, but Jeremy and Ed are both watching. So if you guys have any tips, let me know. So I'm gonna get the trains running. Give me just a uno segundo, por favor. What did your unit knock out of place? Oh, it's because of derailment. Another uno segundo, my amigos. And there. How about now? No, it's still off. There. Whoa, wheel slip. Alright, have a good one, trainman. Thank you for swinging in. Salem says, have you ever considered getting the I Love Toy Trains freight set? Well, I never knew they made it until now, so it sounds nice. Even at least just a box car, that'd be fun. Conrail Octo, though I didn't. It's a lot of fun to see these auto racks go by up close. Welcome back, Davon. Well, very nice, Conrail. I didn't even know Atlas Masturbado. I thought Atlas had only one brand for O. We'll get to see the cross bucks in action. We're just like the rail fans, waiting alongside for an epic catch, yeah! Heritage unit, yeah! Ah, no, I found these at the Trains with the Z booth at Amherst. I have no clue how old they are, but they're definitely up there. All right, ELW Trains, thanks for swinging in tonight. I'm trying to see if I can get any closer. Thank you, Salem, but I'm saving my money for a big fancy steam engine. Preferably either, I don't know, probably TMCC with Odyssey. It's got to have speed control / cruise control. Because as much as I love my D&H Camelback, it does not have cruise control. And oh boy, it is very hard to operate a locomotive at a consistent speed without it. Man, the poor GP7, I hear it wheel slipping like crazy trying to pull this thing. No, it's gotta be 2000s and later. Kind of like the, this is about to go off. About the, kind of like the peak of TMCC steam engines was like the early to mid 2000s when the detail was incredibly good and they operated pretty nice too. At least that's from what I hear, but also what I see as well. Have a good one, Shadow fan. Oh, geez. Okay, I'm gonna have to switch out the G. Watch this. So we're gonna let the GP7 go by, but it is literally shaking like it is having a medical attack because it cannot pull. It is too weak of an engine to try and pull the auto racks aren't even. Look at it. Oh my goodness. Oh, you poor thing. Go, don't shake. I'm sorry, Junction. I don't have anything lined up on it tonight. It'd take too long. But I'll have... Oh, well, there goes the light. I'll fix that in a sec. So watch. You're gonna see this poor GP7 struggle. Just like the real life ones did too. Oh, ouch. Oh. That is wheel slip galore. This is how fast it wants to go, but it can't. Well, I have to put new power on. Yep, son, Conrail. Alright, let's get you back. Alright. I don't know what, Steve, thanks for swinging in tonight. I was showing off earlier the Postwar shelf just put up. Double-headed Derby. I wish I, You know what won't struggle to pull it? Thumbnail. This fellow will do just fine. But New York Central and the auto racks do not go together. But they will do just fine. You do not have to worry about them slowing down. Yeah, it should not, those engines don't have smoke units, they shouldn't do that. Much better. Oh, I forgot to turn this fella on. I like how the fish are swimming backward. Yeah, but the bulb went out, so it's a little hard. I think there's a bulb in it. I'm pretty sure there is. If anyone's just swinging in, I hope you like the Ars Trains rail fan part. That is pretty good, Jeremy. That is always a lot of fun. Yes, I did. Yeah, no, the top containers did not fall off. I took them off because they were about to fall. We're just like, oh no, we fell over. We're just like my little rail fan friend here. We're waiting for the catch. We're gonna put it on Railfin and Railroad Magazine. I sure can't wait for fill in the blank trail. Look, there it is. Oh my goodness, New York Central. He went crazy for that. He got a really good oh, there he is. He got a really good shot, everybody. He's our little, and he knocked over the fence, our little rail foamer. Glad you like them, Steve. They're old Menard. Well, not old at all. They're Menards. He got so... He's the new excited train guy. He jumped at the train. Well, the Lakeshore shouldn't be doing that. Looks like it's time to take apart that motor. Jeremy, I think you've done several of these. Have yours ever done this? You gotta wait for it to do it again. The poor B&O has just slightly underpowered. Let's see. Yeah, see how it's like jerking around a little? Flying A, as much as I would like to know, because then I feel bad about running a rare 773, but I am on the hunt. So if anybody knows of a TMCC Hudson for a really good price and a really good shape, let me know, because I would love to get something like a 5334, I think it was, or just a 700E or whatever, but a Lionel TMCC Hudson scale, not like the semi-scale ones, but a fully scaled TMCC steamer. I am in love with this one at a local club I go to, which you'll see the video coming this Tuesday. It was so cool, because it had the synchronized chuffing, it had Odyssey speed control. Well, now this Canadian National caboose is inaccurate, so we have to take it off. Oh, come on, B&O. B and go. I love watching that long Amtrak train snake its way around. It looks really funny. Well, if this was a passenger train, it'd be perfectly stopping at the station. Highball. O96 curves? Dang, you must have some really big stuff. Look at those wobbly auto racks. Alright, gotta give the B&O a little boost in power. I don't have any music. Eyeball, come on, why are you slow? See, then it goes too fast. My dad and I were doing power tests on the layout, and there's no voltage drop over there. I don't know what the weird issue is. See, now it goes a little too fast for my liking. But it still looks very good. Might run. Randall says, did you see? Yeah, I saw those. I know we saw the, we were discussing the catalog a while ago. Not on this stream, but just several streams ago. And has anybody still done the Mr. Rogers Neighborhood Trolley? If not, that is a huge potential missed opportunity there. Well, now the auto racks are going a little fast. Because it's not a question of if, but when they come off. Thank you, Flying A. I always love my night runs. I don't know if it's a gear slipping or it probably just needs new lubricant. Oh, forgot to put the ignition light on. Oh, I didn't know the little B&O caboose lit up. That's nice. Yeah, there's a lot of lights that need to be replaced, but I cannot remember the part. Feels like every different passenger car is like a different light bulb. I'd love to do that, Steve, but the problem is I have no clue the part numbers for these light bulbs. Because it feels, again, like every passenger car is different. Like the 027 ones are different from the Madisons and etc. The modern ones are different than the old ones. Some have the big bulbs and others have the little tiny ones. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I watched that, and it looks like it takes a while, does it not? Because if I remember right, you were taking apart all of your passenger cars to redo all the wiring and all that stuff, and new bulbs, and like a new whole setup. Steve, did he work for the GE up in Schenectady? lights are down in just a few minutes, LGR. Oh, okay. It's not an ours train stream without the derailment. Call out the work, gang. Let's see what we got. Da-dum, 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 da-dum. I heard the Centrals pick the switch. Oh boy. Wow, looks like the trailing unit wanted to go straight, and the lead unit didn't agree with it. Yeah, this wasn't quite multi-track drifting. This is more multi-track derailing with style. Okay, everything looks good for the most part. Yeah, so it picked the points to go straight. See, these are tricky because I have these cars rubber banded together. Because as you can see, once the knuckles break, it's hard to keep them together. So I just did some last minute repair. Wait, what? What are you doing? You should be coupled to your friend. Hey, you. I want to talk with you. Yeah? I'm trying to see if I can get the... It has a horn. I know it does. Come on. Well, it has a bell, too. But let's see. So what happened? How do I get your back coupler open? Seems that I can't. Oh, geez, and it just derailed too. This is so hard to do. I need a cameraman. Well, problem is, Isaiah, Menards doesn't make extra couplers or replacement trucks because you have to replace the whole thing. It's not like Lionel where you could just remove the couplers on certain cars and... okay. Now we're all set. Well, I call this the 050, my favorite switcher. It comes whenever you need it. It's not biased towards any line. And it doesn't take 2 hours to get fired up. Alright, get over here. Oh, I just barely cleared the points. All right, shove time. Let's see how well this goes. Here, let me turn the other train off and let me get these off. All right. Oh, I forgot this thing does not have an E unit. Come on. Well, it kind of does, but it's only a 2 position. There's still a little bit of life in that observation car there. Now, Kevin, how you doing? You add any new things to your O-scale collection since you last commented? I know, right, Joe? Sir Topham Hatt would be very mad. Oh, come on. I take it it's conventional USS Salem? Ah, there you go. Running trains while watching the stream. I like it. So since the Centrals decided to be naughty, we'll have to put Sir Topham Hatt to confront them. Come on. There you go. Key the in trouble music or whatever. Exactly. Go. I guess it's not that fast. It is a lot of cars. But I gotta say, I love that little FA. There we go. I have to be very careful when I touch the board to a little GE sign because I have electrocuted myself twice. Just a little zap, but it never feels good. It's not like I want to be zapped. But yeah, I guess that's our little run. We got the run session in tonight. At least. Oh, I just realized I have two Danburys. Danbury. Are they both the same? Yes, and they both are the same number as well. Interesting. Sometimes, yeah, just happen to have two of the same one. But yeah, I guess we'll start winding things down. We've talked about let's see, we're almost at a 90-minute stream here. I think we'll end it at 1:30. I think that's a nice spot to end it. So about 9 more minutes, give or take, and all that. But yeah, I guess talking about what's going to be coming this week as videos. This Tuesday we have the club layout tour, so that one is one you will not want to miss. That layout is probably 5, if not 6 times the size of my layout, and it's all good old-fashioned TMCC. So it is so much fun. Here's my quick preview. I know it's not good because I'm showing it through the iPad, but it was so much fun. It's all O skill. It's gotten me obsessed with TMCC now. Or just command control trains. Especially the big fancy steam engines. It's like I'm showing a suitcase.
I can only run it this far as the switch isn't set for you, but look at all this power.
Thanks, Corey. Or then one more. I'm almost there. This was I wish I had this. Wait, no, hold on. Go away, info tab. This nickel plate Burke. It's number 779. I love this fella. If I could get it for $500, it'd be a good deal. But it's going to be hard to find any TMCC steamer with Odyssey for that price. But I cannot believe that thing is as old as I am. Like, I would have been like, oh yeah, it's probably a 2012 release. But that thing is 2003, and I was born in 2002. So to see something as old as I am running around, crazy. But that is a teaser for this. That is a teaser for this Tuesday's video about the club, and then this Thursday is going to be unboxing one of the MTH locos, and then hopefully next week is going to be the other one of those TMCC or not I'm tired. If I'm making those mistakes, maybe it's time to hang up the hat for tonight. But no, one of the MTH locos this Thursday. Then next Tuesday is going to be another MTH logo, and then that should be the Tiny Town video. And then I'm kind of caught up with things, videos that I currently have in the works that I just have yet to release, versus having to totally go out there and film new content. So, still though, so many videos to do. I still got the Q&A one. I think that's going to be next week from now. The Q&A video and looking at my grandfather's train collection through the photos, because I definitely want to do that one too. Yeah, I know Trains with the Z does have some Hudsons, but I think they have them going for the average command control train price. Phantom says, oh, here's a happy story. I have a friend at work who is blind, and he mentioned his favorite toy as a kid. It was Hot Wheels. And I saw a twin mill that had Braille on it and brought it over him. Oh, that's cool. That's nice. Oh, all right, Ed Iceberg, thank you for swinging in, and I hope you enjoyed some of not tubular.
I always find it funny. Like, there was this one O-Gauge guy I used to watch. He would say, "I hope you enjoyed the tubular traction." I don't know what his name was, but I always found that tubular traction line funny. Jeremy says you do a great live stream. Corey, I like that you focus on the chat. It's way more personable. It's already hard when you only got 30 people. Imagine it being like Harrison from SMT Mainline, where he's got 300 people or 150, 200 people tuning in every night. That's hard to keep up with that chat. And then when you've been talking for an hour and a half straight, you do get yourself very, very tired. But no, that's always my favorite thing. That's always what I like doing with the streams, is chatting with y'all. That's always what makes my Sunday night. Because that was the thing in the past. I always felt so bad, like, oh, it's another Sunday gone by, oh, whatever. But now it feels like, no, if I miss it, I miss a chance to talk with y'all and see what you guys are up to, or keep you up in the loop. Or no, oh, Dad, is that a Coreyism? I think that might have been one there. But keep you in the loop of what's going on around the collection here, just the little changes left and right, and just what's happening in each other's lives. So that's always my favorite thing to do about Sunday Runday, is just chat. Honestly, I could run the trains at other time. Although everyone's like, run the trains, please run the trains right now. I can totally get away with the stream where I don't run anything at all. And I might consider doing a 24-hour stream this summer, just for fun. 24 hours of our trains, but we would need a good lineup of like celebrity O-scale YouTubers. Because I know, if anybody knows GFW Trains, George and Wally, a few years ago they did a 24-hour stream. But the problem is, it would have gotten boring if it was just them for 24 hours, so they had a variety of different guests. Literally, you name that O-Gauge YouTuber, they were probably there. It was like, let me see what I can name. So there's Roger Karp from Classic Toy Trains, already great guest. They had some guys on, I think the president of the Train Collectors Association. It was myself, Steve Koferl, I think Sid from Sid's Trains was there, RJ was definitely there, Sam's O-Gauge Trains was there, Chris RBP was there, JD Stux was there, I think Nick PGH Train Fanatic was there. Like all that, like so many great guests and stuff. So if I do that, I would have to find a good list of guests to keep y'all entertained, besides just Corey yapping his mouth all the time. I don't know if Eric's Trains was there. He might have been, he might have not. It was 24 hours, so there's a lot of opportunity. Alright, it seems like everyone's starting to head out here. And my nose has gotten very itchy all of a sudden. It's like you get that little tingle up there, you just can't get to it. It sucks. John says maybe get a big boy. Oh, you know how much well, actually, no. I want a Challenger instead. I want 3985 so bad. I don't know why I love that thing so much. I think it's just the DVDs I would watch as a kid, because 4014 wasn't functional back in the 90s and 2000s, so 3985 was always the jump deck. And I just like the kind of the smaller sister of the big boy or whatever. Then you can fit it around a little bit of the tighter curves too, but as much as I love the big boy, I love the Challenger so much. And if somebody ever makes a Delaware and Hudson Challenger, an O-scale that's accurate and not just a big boy, well, you'd have to contact Sid from Sid's Trains to do some custom command control work for you, and find someone else who would... Actually, I don't know how hard you can get up there in cost. Because what happened was, probably 10, 15 years ago, Lionel did a D&H Big Boy, which was really just a Union Pacific, or not Big Boy, D&H Challenger, which was just a UP Challenger, just re-lettered for D&H, but besides that, it was just UP still. So, I'm sure somebody out there would have the skills to shave off the front boiler plate and then put in the correct one where the headlight is mounted on the center of the, like inside the center, kind of like a Canadian Pacific steamer or something like that. So that, and then you would need a proper tender. You would need a 6-axle tender that isn't like, you know, the round ones on the back. I don't know what you call them, but something like that. Kind of like, I don't know, this tender, but just 6 axles and scale. Kind of like that. If you had that tender with the Challenger, boom, you'd be really damn close. You'd be as close as I would care. But, yeah, anyways, though, seems like everyone's heading out tonight. So thank you all for swinging into tonight's live stream. Hope you enjoyed. Again, if you liked tonight's live stream, make sure to smash that like button down below. And if by chance you are somehow new to my YouTube channel, make sure to click that red subscribe button down there so you don't miss the many uploads you have coming this week. So yeah, thank you all for checking it out tonight. Oh, also, before I get going, an interesting factoid I learned. I was looking, if you plan on growing your channel, look at the YouTube analytics, they're great. But I was so surprised to learn that my audience is all my age, for the most part. Because usually, you know, a lot of everyone's heading out as I'm saying this. I'm sorry, everybody. Head out, whatever you like. You can shut it off now. But I learned that the majority of my audience that watches my channel is all guys. Well, yeah, well, like, you know, 70% guys and 30% females, which actually caught me off guard pretty much. Like, huh? But know that, like, probably 50 to 60% of, maybe if not 70% of my audience is all people my age watching my channel. So people who say the train world is dying, I disagree. When I have like 70% people between the ages of 20 and 30 years old watching my videos, that feels awesome. I wish I knew more of these young well, I know some of you here. Some of you youngsters at 70 and 80. No, but some of the other people my age, I wish we could have like a little, a online train club. I don't know. I think that's just the channel here. Whatever you want to say. But anyways, that's my little factoid. I have a very big young audience, it seems, which is always a good thing to know. But yeah, thank you all for watching tonight's stream. I will see you all in the next video. /live stream / whatever I do. So stay tuned. Bye bye. Stay safe and go buy yourself some new trains for next week.